abide by the certain protocol. We recognize and appreciate the director of Center, Professor Kola, for inviting me here. When you are a vision, and that vision is being advanced by your successor in office, you feel peace. So I'm happy with what is going on at the center. So I've been invited to speak on the general current approaches to teaching and learning. So what do we intend to do? At the end of this presentation, participants should be able to identify and explain some new pedagogies in teaching and learning. Be able to interrogate some of the challenges facing teaching and learning in higher education today, and to put into practice some of the identified ideas. Next. My work plan is that we shall engage in what we call professional development, advocate for a paradigm shift in teaching and learning by introducing the concept of competency-based education, and engage in some critical evaluation of our teaching and learning. Yes. So I want us to watch this video. They will have to start it afresh, but that is the first exercise.
Albert Einstein once said, "Everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today on trial we have modern day schooling. Glad you could come. Not only does he make fish climb trees, but also makes them climb down and do a 10-mile run. Tell me, school, are you proud of the things you've done? Turning millions of people into robots, do you find that fun? Do you realize how many kids relate to that fish swimming upstream in class, never finding their gifts, thinking they are stupid, believing they are useless? Well, the time has come, no more excuses. I call school to the stand and accuse him of killing creativity, individuality, and being intellectually abusive. He's an ancient institution that has outlived his usage. So, Your Honor, this concludes my opening statement, and if I may present the evidence of my case, I will prove it.
Proceed.
Exhibit A. Here's a modern day phone. Recognize it? Here's a phone from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Stay with me. Here's a car from today, and here's a car from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom of today, and here's a class we used 150 years ago. Now ain't that a shame? In literally more than a century, nothing has changed. Yet you claim to prepare students for the future? But with evidence like that, I must ask, do you prepare students for the future or the past? I did a background check on you and let the record show that you were made to train people to work in factories, which explains why you put students in straight rows, nice and neat, tell them sit still, raise your hand if you want to speak, give them a short break to eat, and for 8 hours a day tell them what to think. Oh, and make them compete to get an A letter which determines product quality, hence grade A of meat. I get it. Back then, times were different. We all have a past. I myself am no Gandhi. But today, we don't need to make robot zombies. The world has progressed. And now we need people who think creatively, innovatively, critically, independently, with the ability to connect. See, every scientist will tell you that no two brains are the same. And every parent with 2 or more children will confirm that claim. So please explain why you treat students like cookie cutter frames or snapback hats, giving them this one-size-fits-all crap.
Watch your language.
Sorry, Your Honor, but if a doctor prescribed the exact same medicine to all of his patients, the results will be tragic. So many people will get sick, yet when it comes to school, this is exactly what happens. This educational malpractice, where one teacher stands in front of 20 kids, each one having different strengths, different needs, different gifts, different dreams, and you teach the same thing the same way? That's horrific. Ladies and gentlemen, the defendant should not be acquitted. This may be one of the worst criminal offenses ever to be committed. And let's mention the way you treat your employees.
Objection. Overruled. I want to hear this.
It's a shame. I mean, teachers have the most important job on the planet, yet they're underpaid? No wonder so many students are short-changed. Let's be honest. Teachers should earn just as much as doctors, because a doctor can do heart surgery and save the life of a kid. But a great teacher can reach the heart of that kid and allow him to truly live See, teachers are heroes that often get blamed, but they're not the problem. They work in a system without many options or rights. Curriculums are created by policymakers, most of which have never taught a day in their life. Just obsessed with standardized tests. They think bubbling in a multiple choice question will determine success. That's outlandish. In fact, these tests are too crude to be used and should be abandoned, but don't take my word for it. Take Frederick J. Kelly, the man who invented standardized testing, who said, and I quote, "These tests are too crude to be used and should be abandoned." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if we continue down this road, the results will be lethal. I don't have much faith in school, but I do have faith in people. And if we can customize healthcare, cars, and Facebook pages, then it is our duty to do the same for education, to upgrade it, change it, do away with school spirit, cause that's useless. Unless we're working to bring the spirit out of each and every student, that should be our task. No more Common Core. Instead, let's reach the core of every heart in every class. Sure, math is important, but no more than art or dance. Let's give every gift an equal chance. I know this sounds like a dream, but countries like Finland are doing impressive things. They have shorter school days, teachers make a decent wage, homework is non-existent, and they focus on collaboration instead of competition. But here's the kicker, boys and girls. Their educational system outperforms every other country in the world. Other places like Singapore are succeeding rapidly. Schools like Montessori, programs like Khan Academy, there is no single solution. But let's get moving, because while students may be 20% of our population, they are 100% of our future. So let's attend to their dreams, and there's no telling what we can achieve. This is a world in which I believe. A world where fish are no longer forced to climb trees. I rest my case.
Now, our first exercise. What do you think about the video of critique of modern school system? What are the points you can pick up for this? Okay, let's see number 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we start the first, okay, let me read it.
I don't agree with the video totally. Why I think there could be some improvement in the educational system. I think the educational system, especially at the university level, is not to train students to learn everything in the school. They're supposed to introduce some of these concepts to them and have them do more investigation on learning on their own. That system that is condemning has produced people who produce the cars that are made 150 years afterwards. So I still don't think it's absolutely wrong. There may be need for some upgrading, which I don't doubt. But in fact, it sounded to me like he was talking more about the African educational system rather than the American, because I know from experience that there are schools who have very well upgraded facilities, more than what the guy is expressing. So I don't agree with it totally.
Yes.
Well, actually, my own perception, I agree with the video. What I see there, that's not a straightforward way of achieving our goal. We have individual differences. Just like you are my teacher, and you are in your faculty, I'm in my faculty. So you cannot force me to come and do what is in your discipline. So there's a different level of skill.
Thank you, Patrick.
I've watched this video before. It's very interesting, but I think the speaker is actually too emotional about the whole thing. So there are things that we have to learn from the past to prepare for the future. We can't discard our past because we are in the modern age. So the idea that Volkswagen or Ford has changed their way of production compared to 50 years ago may not necessarily be true for educational system. Because let's take another aspect of life. When we are our father's ethical or Amala, say we are saying Amala now. We can't say because we're in modern age, the true way that tested ways of preparing Amala, editing for a fast way of doing it now, like the one I'm so much. So I think the speaker needs to present a balanced view of the educational system. It is actually the best of both of the past and of the future to get the present right. Thank you, sir.
So let's take 2 more. Okay, that's for you. And I'll go.
Thank you so much, sir. Being the speaker is trying to personalize teaching and learning. In the past, it used to be everyone, but he made emphasis about a doctor relating to the patient. Just like that would give everyone, like what we do in the conventional classroom, give everyone the same thing. That will not encourage creativity. He's talking about teaching to bring about creativity. Even in the testing of whatever the students have learned, we give the same test all over and all that, which has its own difficulties in assessment. So that's me. Thank you.
Yes. Lady.
Thank you, sir. Just to re-emphasizing points raised is that the individual differences, each child is unique, and that should be recognized by the teacher of the school system. And irrespective of what a child is good at, we should not give value or lay value to some skills that they are better than the other. Like if someone is not good in mathematics, he may be good in arts. So that uniqueness of each learner is one important thing that the speaker is emphasizing. And also collaboration instead of competition. So that when results in test or exam comes out, we should not say this one is not good, is a nobody because it scores 20 or 10% in mathematics. There should be collaboration. The learners should be able to engage themselves and not see a situation of competition in the school system.
Thank you, sir. My own opinion is the mind cannot be said to be 100% correct, but I see an element of truth in there by saying we should just always keep looking forward towards improving things, getting things better, and not just sitting down. Note of 20 years ago, still being given to the same different set of students. The father read the same notes, you are handed over to the son, and all of them the same notes. I see Newton's first law of motion, and as you are telling us about the motion, I'm seeing something that is moving. I'm seeing force that is causing the motion to come to happen. Everything becomes real. I have a friend that is there. What they do outside the country compared with what we do here, the major thing is the practical aspect. They see those things, so it's real to them. When we are busy cramming and we are very good at that, but we can always keep looking for ways of getting things better. Look at the projection system. You know, this some years back. So things are getting better. We should just not rest in our house and just keep getting things done later.
Please, we'll take more intervention later, please. So let's continue. We'll take more intervention later. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. One point again I'd like to make is that teaching and learning is a very complex phenomenon, and we should not oversimplify it. For instance, here we have 8 group of factors that impinge on whether a learner will learn and the extent to which that learner will learn. We have physical factors. Physical factors within the learning environment. Whether the place is hearing, whether it is comfortable, whether you have enough material, it's a major factor. We have teacher factor. Factors within the teacher. Knowledge of the subject matter, expertise, and so on and so forth. Whether the teacher is friendly or not, so many factors within the teacher can have impact on the learning. We also have subject matter factor. Different subjects have different characteristics. Some subjects are abstract, some are more accessible, and they are bound to affect whether or not a learner will learn. We also have learner-teacher factor. When the learner and teacher come together, generate another factor. For example, the methodology you use in that interaction.
whether you are friendly, how you relate to certain incidences within the classroom. For example, there is a gender issue within the classroom. You have a knowledge of who attends to it. When you call people to participate in the class activity, people only focus on the male, you only focus on the female, you ignore the female. What are the techniques you have to encourage the female to participate? Because given our cultural background, female are more labor, so we need to actually actively encourage them to participate, and so on and so forth. You also have societal factors within the society. Today we emphasize school education, we must do well and so on. But out there, the man who hardly passed primary school certificate is a local government chairman of the Senate, today, and we see him buying cars, God bought another one. The female one God bought another husband. You see all of those things happen. And here we are saying, let us work very hard. But the people who are making it out there, so the factor within the society can actually affect what goes on within it. And somebody will say, what is the outcome of this change of the thing? So what happens in the larger society is bound to affect education. The learner factors within the learner, the maturity of the learner, the intelligence of the learner, so many, the end of the learner, whether the science is same way and so many factors within the learner bound to affect the learning. We also have group factors. When we get in touch, we form groups and subgroups. Whatever group you join is bound to affect learning. Some get into the university and join court groups. Some join social groups. We go to parties every night, every weekend. Some join the academic group. They always study together and all that. So whatever group, learner join is bound to affect learning. We also have home factors. We come from different backgrounds. Okay? Some come from homes where the father is an academic, the mother is an administrator, they have a room in the house called the library, and so on. And the level of parental motivation is very high. Compare that to another child who comes from the home that if you have any paper, maybe paper used to be wrapped and has knife. That's nothing like that. And so factors like that are bound to affect that. My father was a tailor. My mother was a seller of Kola and things like that. But because my father had high, inspiration for education, he never went to school to read and write in 3 different languages, and so he had high commitment to education, and he insisted that look, his own university was his machine, and that we must have our own goal. So I'm using that because it was great. I'm coming from high academic background, parental academic background, is also not a guarantee that the child can do well. We have seen children of the highly sophisticated now who are dropping back. So there are factors within the home. Parental motivation is very important that can affect learning. So when you have, and then you have subject matter, I've explained that, when you have all of that as factors that affect learning. So when we come into the class, don't let us classify it. A lot of complex things is going on in the class. So just labeling somebody as poor, fail, pass, is classification. And any teacher, particularly in higher education, will be sensitive to all these factors. Next slide. We have some requirements for effective teaching. I will just go through these. Knowledge of the subject matter, knowledge of human development and learning, some knowledge of human psychology. It's important for any teacher. No noise please. Too much noise is not good. Adopting instruction for individual needs. Multiple instructional strategies. Classroom motivation and management. Communication skills. Instructional planning skills. Assessment of student learning. Professional commitment and partnership responsibility. These are factors that can actually contribute to effective teaching. Next slide. Now, because I've been asked to talk about general current ideas pedagogy today, I'd like to introduce to you competency-based education. Last year, I was invited on a short scholarship to Disto International Training Academy in Bilbao, Spain, and the center is actually committed to developing and encouraging competency-based education. So I'd like to introduce that to you.
as one of the very recent and current ideas driving education today, particularly in higher education. You will notice that today, the stakeholders of education are complaining. They say that our graduates are not fit for employment. They say they are not qualified to be employed. They say when they employ them, they have to retrain them. So there's a lot of complaint about our products. That should worry us. And that is one of the factors behind the introduction of this concept. And therefore, they demand better products. They are demanding for better products from our students. We invited about 2 years ago the executive officer of Nigerian Interbank Settlement System, who has now been recommended as the Deputy Governor of Central Bank, Mr. Shonobi, to give us a guest lecture on industry, business, and university collaboration in curriculum development. And he said something. He said he has participated in so many interviews for several companies of trying to recruit employees graduating from university. And he said that these days, the companies are no longer talking about what certificate, is it first class or second class, or which university did you attend? Is it University of Ibadan, is it UI of Lagos, or is it UI of Kaduna? They are not talking about that. In fact, before the interview, they will ask you to upload your decorated certificate, your decorated cardboard. And when he said one interview he attended, they invited all the shortlisted candidates and then said, well, we want to work for our company. They distributed to them laptops. Go away for 1 week. Come back the next 1 week. Come and demonstrate for the value you are bringing to our company. Have a good day. That was the interview. They are not asking, did you do physics, did you do chemistry, did you do whatever. They are not asking for that. What value are you bringing? So these days, the emphasis is competencies. What competencies can you develop in your life? What competencies can you make them to achieve so that they can be relevant out there? So, as a result of it, there have been researches and innovation in pedagogy, teaching science of teaching and learning, and that was what I brought on the competency-based education. Next slide. Now, in competency-based education, emphasis is on competence and not on certificate, institutions, attended, or contacts. I've said that. Focus on learners and their goals of learning. The focus is now on the learner and their goals of learning. Next slide. Okay. Now, there are different approaches to teaching and learning. We have the quantitative way of teaching, which is called the sage on the stage. It depicts the kind of picture that the critique of modern day school gave. The teacher stands in front of the class, he assumes that he has all the knowledge, he assumes that the learners have no knowledge, and he has to pour that knowledge into them. It's also what proliferated or banking concept of education. The teacher is the banker, he has all the knowledge, this is the banker will not give everything. So that kind of approach to teaching is already discredited. It has displaced us as the most important factor in teaching and learning process, painfully, but that's the direction the world is going. Teacher is no longer the most important factor. So when you say it on the stage, it is already a method that is rejected. So, but you will also have next slide. Okay. Now, what is the relationship between subject matter and pedagogy? We are all experts in a different way. Languages, medicine, physics, sciences, art, and so on. You need the knowledge of the subject matter. If I have been called upon to talk about quantum physics, I will have nothing to say because I don't have expertise in that area. So you need knowledge of the subject matter. But your knowledge of subject matter alone will not guarantee learning. You need addition to it, and that is the purpose of this workshop. The addition to it is pedagogy, which, if you are science-oriented, you call science of teaching and learning, science of teaching. If you are humanity-oriented, you can call it art of teaching. So a combination of both subject matter, knowledge, and pedagogy, you need to learn. Next slide. This is the transmission model, the sage on the stage. Here the sage, the teacher, expert, who is talking to different students who presumably have no knowledge. It's a discredited approach to teaching and learning. Next slide. This is distributed collaborative model. the expert is communicating with different members of the group. He's also receiving feedback. He's also interrogating himself as he is delivering. So, in that kind of approach, we don't assume we have it all. We are on the side facilitating learning. That is our position today. It's the modern concept of teaching and learning. Next slide. Now, in competency-based education, there's a sequence of activity from the base to the top. The first thing you do, you define what you call intended learning outcomes. You have to determine what are the intended learning outcomes for a lecture. After you have determined that, you also determine the teaching strategies you are going to use to achieve those intended learning outcomes. They used to call it objectives, but it's intended learning outcomes. You determine the teaching strategies. You also determine the learner style. What are the style the learners will need to use to achieve those outcomes. And then you also determine the assessment procedures. Because to determine whether the student has learned or not, you must assess. So you need the assessment procedure to determine it. And at the end of the day, what is your outcome? What are the competencies already achieved? That's it. In developing your competency-based education, particularly your intended learning outcomes, there are certain basic principles we use. I'm recommending Bloom's taxonomy of learning. If you Google this thing, you can have it. And of course, I believe you are going to give you this presentation. Now, there are different components of learning. And you have the aspect of remembering, which is the lowest. Remembering is part of learning. Understanding follows. It's a higher order learning. After understanding, you have application. Application is a higher order learning. Then analysis, ability to analyze another form, higher order learning. Evaluation is also a further higher order learning. And at the apex, creativity. So when we teach, the kind of questions we formulate for our teaching, we determine the level of learning that we are operating. If we are just at the level of learning, we use active verbs such as you'll be able to recall facts, define, duplicate, and so on. But if you want to move higher understanding, we say that learners should be able to explain details. Further on application, they should be able to use the information we need to take this analysis. They should be able to draw connections among ideas. Here you use verbs like differentiate, organize, relate, compare, contrast, and so on. At the level of evaluation, ask questions like they should be able to justify a stand and take decisions. Appraise, argue, defend, judge, select, support, and so those are the active verbs. And at the highest level, creativity, they should be able to produce new or original work. And here you ask, you use active verbs like they should be able to design, assemble, construct, conjecture, develop, formulate, author, or investigate. So as you develop your intended learning outcomes, these are the kinds of things that should be at part of it, because learning is guided by certain principles. Next slide. Now, basic principle, intended learning outcomes. One, define your intended learning outcomes. Identify the competencies that you want to develop. And there are two types of competencies. You have generic competencies, you have subject-specific competencies. Subject-specific competencies are that competencies related to the subject directly. Knowledge of the subject, various aspects. But you also have what you call generic competencies. These are beyond the subject. Ability to work together in a group, ability to create, ability to do certain things, reason outside of the box, be critical, and so on. These are qualities that employers of labor are looking for, not direct subject-specific competencies. So you need to also think about that and integrate them into your outcomes that you want to have. Understand and employ the taxonomy of learning, as I've listed Bloom's taxonomy. Emphasis is on the use of active verbs that can easily be assessed. So you use active verbs. They should be able to assess, they should be able to lead, they should be able to demonstrate, so that assessment can be easier. Right? That's the objective. active learning strategies, ask questions, connect, use tools to repair, in fact, visualize, explain main idea. These are some of the strategies we can use. Next slide. You also have inquiry process. When you are asking questions, pose real questions, find resources for it, interpret the information, report findings. We have details of this in there. Next slide. I just want to say, I teach because it is my calling. I teach to inspire others the way my teachers inspire me. I teach because I love it. Next slide. Now, in the next 5 minutes or 8 that I have left, what about the questions and practice? What are the competencies expected of your graduates? Now we are personalizing the questions. Okay? What are the competencies? And I'm going to, we will discuss with the next person beside me. Okay? And consider the first question. What are the competencies expected of your graduates in your discipline? Discuss it, one of you will then give us feedback after 2 minutes. What will you do differently as a result of this, our interaction? So you consider that first place the next person to do and discuss it 3 minutes and then have the feedback. Doesn't matter. You say your own person says it. In the next 10 minutes is now to respond to this, but with a goal that we are ready to change the way we do things. We are ready and prepared to change the way we do things. Because if we don't, the kind of skating criticism against the school system will continue and will continue to criticize. No matter whatever we make it depend on, it will not matter. It is those who are taking our product who will determine our fate. So now the various group will now give us feedback very, very brief so that we can take as many contributions as possible, reacting to what are the competencies of graduates in your own discipline. Don't give us 2 or 3. Those 2 quick, and then what will you do differently henceforth? So let's start from here.
All right, thank you. Well, he was my partner in this task. So, and he said it's from the Department of Chemistry. I'm from the Department of Psychology. Well, one of the competences we identified is that the students are expected to know the principles for creating goods and services in chemistry, and that those principles should aid creativity. Now, in terms of
We shouldn't be developing things that would be discarded in the nearest future. There are things that should be used continuously at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm in accounting. While my partner is in law, we are able to clearly identify that there is a relation between accounting and law. And the competence, part of the competencies we should give a student is their ability for us to be able to identify what qualifies to be a financial transaction and how to now apply law to now ensure that that account is prepared according to regulations. Thank you.
No man will keep some people is lost to go down. Thank you very much, sir. From English, my friend here is from philosophy. So we had a discussion. We followed, while I was following through what you said earlier, you differentiate between generic competencies and subject-specific competencies. So I told them what my also is supposed to interpret subject-specific competencies. My students should be able to differentiate between different forms of discourse, and they should be able to identify the linguistic features that will go with such forms of discourse. And they should also be able to do legal editing works, do copywriting, and be useful generally anywhere communication becomes a thing. And we're able to identify certain commonalities from philosophy. But we're just worried about the question of a larger debate, actually. But I don't know if I should go ahead or I should just stop, because it's actually a larger debate about the idea of generic competency generally. We're asking ourselves, trying to problematize it. What exactly do we mean by generic competencies? Our fear is this. There is this idea from the industry that most of our graduates are not competent enough. But the question I asked him, and I also asked him, is this: do we have to keep shifting every time for the industry? Do we listen to the industry to determine our kind of generic competencies? Fundamentally, what is the function of a university? What is my role as a university lecturer? In terms of generic competence, the most important thing is critical thinking. If I help you to develop critical thinking, you look into the subject-specific things that I taught you, then you create a market for yourself. But this idea of always listening to the industry to determine competencies, we have over time, to the extent that we now have general studies of different forms, we now do entrepreneurial skills. We don't particularly have anything against this, but we're just afraid that if we're not very careful, there's a level, I can't really mention studies, that's why I said it's a larger.
Yeah, very good. It's in this one that we continue, but let's get back to the issues.
Actually, we discussed about the basic things that affect I'm from architecture. Three of us, two of us were from architecture, and those who are engineering. So we know, we discovered that we are practical-oriented field, we are in the practical-oriented field, and we need to create that practical thing in our students, not just teaching them the theories of how engineering is, and they're just making them to work in groups. We talk about group work, how group work can enhance learning, because when you give them individual assignments, they do it thinking in their own way, but when they work in a group, they have different ideas coming together, and she suggested that sometimes a student is afraid to ask questions in the class, but when they are in a group, it's bold enough to ask his colleague, what about this question, what about this thing, and they tackle it together.
I think one more from
Thank you, sir. We are from law, all of us. So we discussed actually that law is specific. And one of the features of law is that law is dynamic. And for our students, they have to know as threats changes, laws are being enacted every day. They have to be acquainted enacting. For instance, in Zoma and some of these books, we have good laws, whereas the system today is changing. So those are things we discuss together.
Okay. In 1 minute or so, if you have questions, general questions that you want to raise, you can attend to that. Okay, I understand that the questions will come together after the next presentation. So, that's my last slide. The last I got to say, thank you for the opportunity.